Yeah, a lot happened. I haven't spoken to you about it yet. I'm sure you heard everything. I talked to Skipper. I think the vibe he gave me kind of worried me when it came
Yeah,
to you.
100% never beating my ass, bro.
So I guess I'm just wondering where your head's at with everything. If you hate me or...
Did you tell me exactly what happened between Zahn and Ricky and you? And like how this all transpired to people getting blooded out and killed?
Yeah, I'll tell you everything that happened. So it all started when I was in the warehouse doing people's kickbacks and stuff, and Zahn told me he was going on a job with Junie and Court. And I pulled him to the side and I said, listen, I don't know if you should do that, just because if somebody sees that, they're gonna question your loyalty. And, you know, I don't want you having to
enforce your shit. I understand.
Be put in a bad position just because of doing a job, you know? And he was like, are you gonna like tell me I can't go? I was like, no, you're a grown man, you can make your own decisions. I'm just telling you, like, it will look bad if someone sees, and if somebody sees and they ask me, I can't lie about it. And he's like, okay, well, what if I lied to you and tell you that I'm not gonna do it? I was like, well, you just told me you were gonna lie to me, Zahn. What? And he's like, okay, well, like, I'm going to it, like, I'm gonna do it. I was like, okay, well, just be careful. Like, you know, it's just not a good look. So he and Ricky were gonna do that job. And then, I called Junie and I was like, Junie, man, like, you know how this shit looks. Why are you putting them in a position where they're gonna get in shit for this? Like, you know how that looks. And he's like, it'll be fine, no one will care. I was like, I mean, sure, okay. And then I left the warehouse to do, I don't know, I was going to get food or something. And as I'm driving, I get pulled up on by like 4 guys in a car, and they all hop out with class 2s pointed at my head, and it was Hydra. And they said, get in the car, and they're talking about the car to my right, and I look over and it's Junie and Courtney. I was like, oh, the hell? And for a second, I thought they had Zahn and Ricky on the job, and I was like, guys, like, I'm not going on a job with Ricky and Zahn on your job. Like, I'm not being hostage for that. They're like, no, they're not here. I was like, okay, fine. Like, sure, whatever, but, you know. So I get in the car. They take me hostage. They take me to jewelry store. Jewelry is, they can't hit it, so they just drive off and leave me there. So I call somebody for a ride. Marlo picks me up. We drive from there to Senior Buns because I still need food. As I'm pulling up to Senior Buns, Junie and Courtney pull up again. And this time I see Zahn and Ricky in the back seat. And so,
so she didn't even know that
they
was them
pull
the
up
first time?
and Junie's like, get in the car, you know? Are we serious? Are we about to get rolled on right now? I think we're getting rolled on. Do we just put our hands up? Like, what?
I think that's SLB. We're finding Hades.
Oh.
Hey, boys! The YN is on. Yeah, they live over there.
Oh, okay. So, then, right, they pull up. Junie said some shit like, get in the trunk, we need a hostage. And I'm like, bro, what, you gonna be smoking dick right now? Like, I'm not getting in your car again. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I don't know how people even know I'm awake. Hello? Sorry, I'm really tired, so I don't know if this is working well, me explaining this, but then, oh, also, by the way, I get a call from, like, Clark and Luch is there, and they're like, we're gonna be watching from the roof, and,
Why?
Yeah, call them down here. I want them yelling so I can hear everything they say. And the day before, when I had spoken to Zahn, like I was telling him, listen, I need to tell somebody, so I'm not gonna get like shut up, but I'm gonna try and do it in a way that, you know,
fine.
is the least damaging to you. Like I despite the shit they did, obviously I didn't want like my little brother to get shot up, right?
Doc, doc,
But
doc,
when I was telling him that, like, he just wasn't, I don't know, he was treating it kind of like a joke at the time, and I was like, seriously, listen to me. I'm going to do everything I can to try and get you out of this, but like something has to be done because like, I mean, it was a fuck situation that you put me in, I'm not gonna lie. And so that day when I was standing on the beside the water calling them down there, and I'm on the phone with Zahn, and he keeps delaying it, and he keeps telling me like, oh god, he keeps telling me like, no, Ricky got shot, he's in the hospital now because the X404 boys shot him up. And I'm like standing there with Clark and Luciano and Apple and them just right above me, wondering why they're taking so long. And I say to Zahn on the phone finally, I say, listen, do you remember, and I whisper this, I say, do you remember what I spoke to you about yesterday? And he said, yeah, this was about me trying to save him. And like, I said, you are doing everything you possibly can right now to make that harder for me. And I think it finally clicked in his head, and he's like, okay, like, I'm coming down there. So now I'm standing there holding a knife to cut off one of their limbs and a Tommy gun. And I hear the car roll up, and I'm like, okay, here they come. And I look over, and they're in a hearse. I'm like, oh my god, like they don't know how serious this is. They don't understand like that there's a Dawn watching, that there's the underboss watching, that this is a serious situation. I tried to explain it to them. They pull up, and Ricky jumps out of the back of the car doing jazz hands. And I'm like, oh my god, like, we're all dead. We're all dead. And so I have a conversation with them. I talk to them about everything. They say that they told me that if it was anybody else in that car, that they would have done the exact same shit that they did that time. Which, I mean, I don't believe that, if I'm being honest. I think because it was me in the car, like, they didn't care about pressing them for taking me hostage. They didn't care about not going on the job for taking me hostage. They didn't care about speaking up when they were in the back of the car when they said that my friends weren't there. Because I am their friend, and they're like, yeah, she'll cover for us, it's fine. But if it was anybody else, I was like, they definitely would have, like, imagine that was Marty. I mean, come on. So I brought this all up to them, and they said, no, if it was anyone else in that car, we still would have done the same. I said, I don't believe that. And then I gave them the test that they needed, the stupid cut off a limb shit, and Ricky took the knife and shanked his own eye out.
Ugh.
And Zahn turned to me and he said, what if I promise to keep one eye shut all the time? Because I'm too beautiful to lose an eye. And I knew that everybody on the roof could hear it, and I knew it wouldn't look good, and I knew this was going downhill fast. And so I took the knife and I stabbed his eye out for him. And I was getting texts telling me, you know, he's not getting it, that I gotta handle it. And I tried just saying, like, get the fuck out of here, guys, like, get the fuck out of here. And they got in the hearse, and they couldn't see, so they just crashed straight into the water. And then they're swimming around yelling Marco Polo to each other. Their eye out, bleeding all over the place, running into shit. And while that's going on, I'm on the phone with Clark because he called me and he said, Zahn's not getting it. Do you agree? And I couldn't speak. I tried. I just could not say anything. I could not say anything. Because how am I supposed to say yes to that? I mean, he's right, sure, but how am I supposed to say yes to that? And I thought if I just didn't say anything, then maybe it would all just go away and they would just drive off. And that would be it. That would be the end of it. And he asked again, do you agree? And I didn't say anything again. And then he said, do it. And hung up. So I put Ricky in the car. And then I shot Zahn. And I drove away. Larry, I promise you, I tried so hard to save them. I did.
Watch this shot. Ricky's dead.
What? No, I didn't shoot Ricky.
Nope. But a series of events led to the Ricky to die. F4. He's dead. Zahn's dead. Ricky's dead. 2 birds, 1 stone. Good shit.
They're both dead.
Oh yeah. Ricky actually perma. I don't know. Watch this. Watch this chat. Watch this. I parked my car this way. I'm lightheaded. My car is over here. Fuck it. No, Larry's not stupid. Larry's not gonna say nothing to get him killed. What the? Two birds, 1 stone. I ain't gonna lie, that was hard though. 2 birds, 1 stone.